I like this episode. It was good. It wasn't the greatest, but it was good. That being said, let's start off with the negatives rather than the positives. Though this is Greninja's return episode, I didn't think it did a good job of showing the bond between Ash and Greninja. It just did the woo 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 little aura effect thing that they had going on that they had in X, Y, and Z, though I don't think they had the same sound effect. And they just kind of showed that to show the bond between Ash and Greninja. And I guess it's to show that they don't need to say much to each other, and despite all the distance, as Ash kept saying, that, you know, him and Greninja would always be connected. But I'm like, you're still seeing Greninja after all this time. The reason why, like, even though you're connected to him, it was pretty difficult to let go of him at the end of XYZ, right? And you seeing him after such a long time. Maybe it'd be a better reunion. Maybe you can talk a little more, just interact a little more, who knows? And I thought the animation was really, really bad at some points, and there wasn't much animation. It felt like they were being lazy like Toei animation, but maybe that's just Journeys as a whole. I don't know, I haven't seen enough of the show to really pass judgment on that. But anyways, that's my only two complaints. Besides that, I think this episode did what it needed to do really, really well, really quickly. I mean, I don't know how effective the training sequence was between Lucario and Greninja, but I did get that, like, you know, Lucario is there. There's a clear distinction between how strong Greninja is and Lucario is. Greninja absolutely wrecked house. Didn't do much, but it still put Lucario in its place. And Lucario, you can see it on his face, man. Lucario knew that it had nothing on Greninja. Greninja very effectively played the mentor figure and taught Lucario what it needed to know. Calmed it down a bit, and even at the end of it, it still showed that it was far superior. Like, Lucario, yeah, went for the whole, I don't know what you want to call it, the Aura Burst, Aura Sphere, or whatever. The Battle Bond Aura Sphere, whatever. And it kind of like collapsed at the end of it. Kind of how Greninja did initially, right? But here Greninja's like, it didn't go for the full-on Water Shuriken, but still, it showed that it is still a tier stronger than Lucario, even by the end of it. I thought Ghost Froakie evolving into Frogadier was a very interesting way. It was a very effective way and an interesting way to get Ash to think about his own Greninja, but, you know, you would have thought he would have thought about it sooner. My favorite part about the episode, without a doubt, has to be Raihan, though. It's a Greninja-focused episode, but Raihan's insecurities and fears and just the flashback of him showing, like, how regretful he was and why he takes selfies in the first place was really, really cool. I like it's very different from how he is in the games and all, so I was very happy to see that. The character of Raihan seems to be much more interesting in the anime than the games, so that's a plus for sure. But yeah, I like this episode. I still think the animation was a little poor. Maybe that's just Journeys. And I think Ash and Pikachu could have had a bit more interaction with Greninja, because I will probably see Greninja again one more time. But for Greninja's return episode, just felt like he was a teacher and like not a friend at all. You know what I mean? But that's just that. Regardless, I like the episode. So that's a win.